Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Implement. Yes, Implement Club. We have been doing, it's actually 63 weeks of Build Your Business, Implement, Get Into Action, and Grow. And we're going to be going over today, week 57, which is one I forgot to do, which is like one of the most important ones. So, of course, I forgot to do it. But there is 3 or 4 recordings over on my YouTube channel under Build Your Business in 52 Weeks playlist. So you can go check them out there. But today we're going to be summing up about being a media mogul and how you become known for the media that you're in. So let's get started. Build your business and grow. We've been looking at the 15 principles of a business model to build your business and grow. And we have looked at your developing your core values and your mindset, which will help you to develop your brand by taking action and positioning yourself as an educator, doing a weekly workshop and making product offers so that you have an assets growing as you do the weekly workshop, as well as the strategic marketing framework to use for that kind of business, creating a content factory, building a massive network of affiliates, collaborators, partners, and getting relationships so that your audience will grow, your subscribers will grow, and your customers and clients will grow. And you can do this all and become an influencer by concentrating on one media, which we will do today, become a media mogul. And then you get into production mode, creating case studies, challenges, and then you build yourself a learning center at the same time from all the products and workshops that you've been doing. And you create an online community for everybody who's in your learning center, and they become your raving fans so that they become people who will want to promote you and your business and get it to grow. And of course, you put all these systems in place so that it will continue to grow, usually without you doing too much work other than the weekly workshop. So let's get started, and we're going to be doing being a media mogul. This is the sum up today of how to stand out as an expert in your media. And we've been over this for about 4 weeks, so you can go back and look at the other trainings on being a media mogul on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/@Jane Gardner. So let's go and let's master one medium for traffic. So this means you choose one way and use all of your other media to support the first way. For example, if you choose YouTube, you post your weekly workshop on YouTube, and then you post your blogging, usually of course by video, so it's a vlog on YouTube. You share your content on social media from YouTube. You think of YouTube in the same way others use Facebook, and you concentrate on YouTube as your main media. Then, and of course, to do that, you'll have to understand how the algorithm works, and you'll have to look to develop partnerships on YouTube so that you can grow and hack the process with your Dream 100 on YouTube, on how to connect with them on YouTube and maybe do interviews, etc. with them in order to grow your audience. Now, of course, you can use any media, but the key isn't just the algorithm, it's your story and your content factory. So, of course, it's also going to be about turning your story into a hero's journey. This is true, it does attract and keep the attention of your audience. You need to solve as many major problems that your student and customers will have when talking about your story. That's why the production mode is a good place to do case studies and do challenges. So if it's business traffic, you want to start talking about is it sales and how you did with sales, how you did with leads, and how you did with repeat customers and buyers. But what will you do to solve the problem? And the best way to do that is to solve your number one problem. And so you can do that by using the content factory. In previous session, we talked about a content factory, and it's a unique set of things that you're working on in your business, and it's basically content that you share to social media. So you need to be documenting the unique steps you're overcoming your own hero's journey and what successes you are having, even your challenges as well. I think we discussed before how to do a vlog. So you could do sample content on your first 100 leads and how you got those. You could do sample content on your first $100 in continuity income or your first $1,000 sale. You can create content on this because people are interested in these kind of things when it comes to business. And these are the things that you'll be able to talk about uniquely that others who are on their own journey won't be able to talk about because, of course, it's your journey. So you talk about your successes and your failures, and that way if you're honest about your failures as well, then they won't be doing the same thing to have a failure. So it's always good to share all the information. It's what you bring to the media that you choose for your traffic source. So you will do evergreen promotion and create products based on how you solve it. This will give you more authority and help you to make more sales of your solution. So for example, I would do a case study about this Build Your Business in 52 weeks trainings that I've done over a year, and what were the successes and what should I have done differently, what did I do, etc. So that's basically what you do. You create content based on your unique journey in the internet. And dumping grounds. Now, for a while you may have to use some of your social media as a dumping ground. That is because to master one media and learn what you need to do, you will have a limited time to be effective on others. So if you've chosen LinkedIn, Facebook will get a rehashed version of what you posted in LinkedIn. If you've chosen LinkedIn, YouTube will get a rehashed version of a video of what you've been posting, as well as Twitter or X will get a rehashed version of what you're posting. In other words, you're focused on finding buyers in one media only. So if LinkedIn is where your audience is and where your possible buyers are, then that's where you should be, and that's where you should be doing your media. In other words, you're focused on finding buyers in a media, so buying products and testing methods, getting coaching and testing methods. And remember that there's only one measurement that matters, and it's profit from sales. So everything else can cause you to make the wrong decisions. So remember that. You should be focusing on one media only, and then just doing a rehash and sending off to social media elsewhere anything that you're talking about on one of the medias. Do not try and do everything everywhere specific for each media. You'll just get overwhelmed and not get anything done. So the goal for your media is that we have a book called The Theory of Constraints that we've spoken about. It's The Goals by Elisha Goldratt, right? And it's an allegory story of a fictional planet manager. In this story, the people were measuring goals other than profit. So they were measuring efficiency of their machinery or the production line, as well as they were measuring how the making decisions based on achieving those goals. So they were measuring each section of the factory was measuring their own efficiency and their own time of overturn, or how many people were in the line and how many things were produced from those people in the line. But in that way, they were making decisions based on achieving those goals, so making the production line more efficient rather than looking at sales, which is what everyone should do, is look at sales. But the relationship between accomplishing those goals and being profitable was murky. So even though you may make the machinery more efficient, the production line more efficient, you get your everything done on time, the question is, how is that helping your profits? You need to be clear and on as straight as line as you can that the goals you're measuring lead as directly as possible to profit. So for example, your email open rates, according to Ben Settle, is an important one that you should be measuring to see, because of course if people don't open their email, they won't know about your offers, and of course they won't buy if they don't know about it. So you should be measuring relevant measurements that get you to profit. So what about the media you choose for traffic? You need to have a straight line, says Jordan Belfort, to profit. So in other words, you can clearly see the relationship between what you're measuring and what leads to profitable sales. Can you? Can you see when you're producing content whether that will create sales? It doesn't matter if other people can see it clearly if you don't see it. If you can't visualize the traffic that will click to buy your products, services, and recommendations, choose one where you can. In all media, you don't give them what they need, you first give them what they want. Choose to master one media and dump everything else. So say goodbye to Facebook, say goodbye to Twitter, say goodbye to YouTube if you've decided that LinkedIn is where your audience is and this is the place where you can get sales. Don't automatically assume Facebook and Instagram. Don't force them to be a place for you to make sales. Go to where your audience is and make the offers there. So if you're going to master one media for traffic, that means that you choose one way and use all of the other media to support the one. Why? Because most of us are all over the place. We are running a Facebook group, we are recruiting affiliates, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, and we're doing a little bit of everything. So even if what you're doing is you're prospecting, you're going out and you're cold calling, and you're networking in the real world, you've got to kind of decide to master and hone in on one media platform and then let your media support one source of traffic. Audio mastery. We have discussed this before. And for examples, you could become an audio media mogul. It's fairly inexpensive to do that, so it's a good place to start if that's where your audience is. So not everyone has to develop an audio presence, but it's a good one to share your thoughts and vision and your values. When a person consumes your audio, they can take you more places easily, in the car, on a workout, or on a walk. But this helps you develop a deeper connection with them depending on what you're sharing in the audio. Whatever you do with video or text can be done with audio. So can consider that as a first start if that's where your audience might be. You could do a test and see whether or not you get an audience from audio that comes to your website or comes to your workshop. You can always make a track who is coming to your workshops by measuring. So you need to think like a media company. You need to consider where to get the traffic, and there's online marketplaces you could get traffic. You want to set up as many passive traffic sources as you can. These are platforms that leverage search as well as having their own marketplace that people search. So while you shouldn't stop your present work on sites like Google and YouTube, you should be setting up other ways of getting traffic. While you can build an income stream, you don't have to do that for it to be worth your time. This is an awareness strategy with people that may not make it into your world, wherever your world is, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube. So this is a way to get awareness passively. So when you go to marketplaces, you have to think outside of the box. Someone can buy a course from you about gardening on a site like Udemy, but find out that you're an online or information marketer. Someone can buy an audiobook from you about organization, but go to your site to find out more about you and come into your world because you're relevant to them. So when you go to a marketplace, you don't want to put garbage up there. You want to still have your values, your brand, and your vision. You want people to think that what you shared is so awesome that they go seeking more information about you. A marketplace strategy by default builds up your own online reputation, and it also taking up positive search results with your name and your brand. So go to marketplaces like Udemy or Skillshare. Provide a free course that's relevant maybe to what you're doing in your weekly workshop or not. But get it to be something that has your quality and the vision and the branding of you and your name. So what are you trying to accomplish? You want to bring people into your world that will buy your product line, your ideas and way of life and business, you. So you have to create original digital products that represent what you want people to want to have from you. The goal is to teach people in the marketplace how to use your solution. And you want to cover the solution from as many different angles as you can. The time that you spend undertaking this project is the same time that you would normally spend on social media. The goal is to get as much search traffic as the platform will provide for you. You want to envision people coming and going to the marketplace and searching for your product and then finding one that gets them into your world. So you could create a course that you put up on Udemy, and one of the call to actions at the end of the course or in the middle of the course at the beginning is check me out at my workshop or check me out on my website if you want more information. Marketplace traffic is a channel. It's not a business model, obviously. You should be looking at marketplace traffic as a way to get passive people, bringing them into your website. That should not be your main form of doing business. You're advertising while following the rules of their platform. So as you know, Skillshare is free, is a free course that you put up there, as well as Udemy. Once they approve you, it's a course that you may make a minor amount of money from, but it's a course that people get to know about you. Don't spend your time trying to game their system and get around their rules. Do what they say because their marketplace is an important place for traffic. Focus your attention on moving that person from the product you sell on the platform onto your email marketing list. So always have a call to action about getting to learn more about whatever it is you're selling by getting on your email list. Now, if you don't know, I believe Udemy does not allow you to get people onto your email list, but that does not mean inside the videos you cannot have a call to action. If you do this right, it should equal a social media platform that you would have to master. Making money on the platform is a plus and certainly not a business model. Can you focus just on marketplace traffic? If you have everything else in operation, you have your learning center, you have your weekly workshop moving, you have your networking, etc., you can focus just on marketplace traffic for a period of time. But marketplaces change all the time. Once you generate a flow of traffic from marketplaces, you should be moving to diversify into another medium. If all the traffic for your entire business is coming from one marketplace, you are vulnerable. And of course, you all know that from just dealing with Facebook, that Facebook can shut you down anytime, LinkedIn can get mad at you. You cannot depend on just one form of media or social media. The short answer is that you can master marketplace traffic, and if it's not something you've thought about before, it is an interesting concept to consider when you're designing your business model. But depending on your business, you need to do it quickly and move on to another method. So what are the marketplaces that we're talking about? where you can put up a course and get people to come to see you and your website or your workshop. Well, you could probably try Amazon KDP. You could write a book. You could have a physical book. You could have a digital book. You could have an audible book. Amazon Video Direct. I'm always never sure whether that's still around, but FBA Physical, Disc or Drive from Kunaki, Handmade and Merchandise on Amazon, or just being an Amazon influencer, which is a whole nother topic. Gumroad Marketplace. You could put up a course on Gumroad, not worry too much about the percentage that they get for it. For all these courses or anything that you share, remember, we don't care about the commission that these marketplaces are taking for you. We don't care about what the price is so much for the course, as we want the audience to come and see me. Etsy is another place you could put something, as well as AppSumo. Udemy, you could put up a course. Skillshare, you could do a free course. Redbubble, eBay. You could also try Warrior Plus, ClickBlank, and JVZoo for Make Money Online. And of course, you could have social media groups with posting rights. Sometimes those are hard to find, as well as events on Meetup and Eventbrite. But those you would probably have to also try very hard to get the audience to come, unless you do it on a regular basis. So what are some content ideas? Do not use rebrandable content for this strategy. Do not use private label rights content. The key is building around the ideas you will use to draw people into your learning center. So use ideas that are unique in the marketplace. So use your values, your brand, what you believe, and what you're doing in your weekly workshop, and that will be always unique because it's up to you. Use the ideas that you're developing that you believe and already teaching in your weekly workshop, where you've already repurposed the content from that. You can repurpose it over on the marketplace. You could publish your core principles one by one, or as a group, or both. Create a book, create an audio. Publish one of your core principles versus a hot topic. Make it controversial. Publish how experts use your core principles. You could interview experts with specific topics, for example. And you could get them to prepare based on your pitch. Tell them what your values are, so they know what you want to talk about. And the experts also, you could add in additional content on things you're passionate about, but not only that. So you can find lots of content based on these values that you can publish that no one else is. But you've got to follow the rules for any marketplace, but set up your funnel. In general, marketplaces view customers that search theirs as their customer. They don't usually allow you to also get them from their email lists. Therefore, you need to treat them as a guest would treat them. Keep your pricing moderate and don't place all your offers on one platform. Once they're your customer in your world, you make the rules. Just follow the rules of the marketplace for now. Make sure that the pages that people click to, go to and from the marketplace, make sure that all your pages work. Comply with the terms of service of the marketplace. Provide easy access to your email marketing list. Make sure people know about your freebies they can get, so if they want to, they can come over and get it and get on your list. And don't overemphasize the social media. Make sure your opt-in pages are integrated into your bio application to leverage the social media of others. Conclusion: from traffic to trust. So we've talked about media and how it's the thing that will help you to create the traffic. And we've talked about some ways that you can get traffic that you may not have thought of before. And anyone can get a sale one time, but your goal has to be to turn traffic into trust. If you build and get trust, you can turn that trust into repeat sales. Use the marketplaces as passive search vehicles for people to find your solution. So you create a course that's based on your content, based on your values, and they will search for that, looking for something. Like, for example, visibility, they will find my course. Build gradually and consistently. Develop a production process to take an idea you teach and turn it into a marketplace product. Have a look at atomic habits, or the power of habits, and how you can become a production machine by doing it in small bites. Develop other processes to take a piece of your product to place them into the marketplace. Right now, I could take this training and I could create another training just by using maybe 10 or 12 of these slides, because there's sort of in sections. And cross-promote different elements on your homepage and your website. So make sure all your connections are working, from your website to your opt-ins, to your funnel, to your marketplace, so that there are ways that even you don't violate their terms of service, you can get people to come and find out more about you on your website and opt in for your email list. Because the ultimate goal, of course, is for them to go to your weekly workshop, have a look at your product offers, but making sure that they get on your email list for your weekly workshop so they can see it every week. So if you want to know more about some of the trainings for building your business, you can still join at http://jgtips.com/byb-free, BYBFREE. And you could go to the Implement Club on Facebook.com, the groups. Today I don't think I was able to get and broadcast, but there's quite a few of the trainings in there by topic, so you can find a topic that you would like to watch, and it's all free. So we're going to go back to our regular schedule, and I did actually put together an affiliate Army or Raving Fans affiliates training. That's a sum up for that. So we'll be doing that next week, and then we'll be doing system sum up, and then I'll do an overall and we'll be done.